What's good, everybody? It's your boy Eddie and welcome back to the channel, and I hope you all are having a wonderful day. And for today's video, we have a very special sneaker, something that I've never had in my collection ever. So this is extremely exciting to see, and I love the fact that it actually returned true to form or closer to that OG look. So before we even continue, guys, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below as well as that notification bell. And what we got right here is none other than an early look of the Air Jordan 8 playoffs. And guys, I have to say that this sneaker right here looks so clean in person. It definitely gives a lot of nostalgic vibes as well as 90 vibes. But these are really nice, man. The price tag is a little bit dragged, but it's understandable due to the fact that that's kind of how Jordan brand has been making their money, by upping the price on these OG retro models. But this is a hot commodity right here, man. And I personally anticipate a sellout. The resale is not going to be crazy, obviously, because people of 2023 aren't as closely tied to this sneaker as people that grew up in the 90s, so I completely understand that. But for my people born in the 90s or watched any Space Jam movies or saw any of the Air Jordan Looney Tune commercials, you would understand why this sneaker is super fire and super hot. Personally, for me though, I'm looking forward to when the Aqua 8's release, because that is very special to me due to the fact that I remember Kanye wearing it back in the day in the 2010s, 2008, 2013s, and he always had the wax jeans and the nice fit with it. So that's the pair that I'm personally waiting for. But I have to say one more time that these are really nice, and the materials and the fact that it does have this red tab, which has not been on this sneaker since the OG back in 1993. So 20 years later, we finally have this sneaker in its OG true to form and a little bit more high top like the original silhouette. And now when looking at the box details, it's pretty much the same exact thing, so there's nothing significant to report. This is the same exact box that you get with your Air Jordan 11s and any of the OG kind of boxes. So this is really nice to see that they're keeping it true to form. The only difference, I believe, is the fact that the sticker is a more updated 2023 SKU on it and all that type of stuff, and it's the more updated label. But other than that, there's nothing really significant to report on that. But the sticker tag right here does show Air Jordan 8 Retro, which is standard, and the colorway shown is black, true red, and white. And the size that I went with was a size 8, and I would 100% recommend after trying these on to actually go true to size. Something else to note is the fact that this is the second pair of Air Jordan 8s that I've ever touched personally. The original one that I had was actually the 2013 non-OG colorway, which was the Phoenix colorway, and I was a big fan of the Phoenix colorway at that time because it was just something that stuck with me, and I think it still looks good today. But you guys let me know what you think about the Phoenix retro Air Jordan 8s in the comment section down below. And with that being concluded, guys, let's just get right into the inspiration behind the shoe. So this is literally a direct follow-up to the Air Jordan 7, and not due to the fact that it's the next number up chronologically, but also due to the fact that it pretty much looks like an Air Jordan 7 with some minor tweaks. But with those minor tweaks comes a significant overhaul, and that may sound contradicting, but you guys are going to see what I mean. So when you look at this eyelet area right here with the mesh paneling, that's literally the Air Jordan 7. When you look at the overall shape of the shoe, it's the Air Jordan 7. When you look at this midsole area, it's pretty much the Air Jordan 7 with some minor shape differences. But when you look at the eyelet area now, and you have these two big straps right here, as well as the straps on the lateral and medial sides of the shoe, as well as that She Now Jumpman logo right here with that fuzzy furry detail, which is in reference to Bugs Bunny. They are some significant changes, but I personally think that they're still within the same family, which is normal for the Jordan DNA. But the straps is what makes the shoe look a little bit more rugged or a little bit more durable, and that's what Tinker Hatfield was trying to do. But something else significant to note is the fact that this came out the same year as the Air Raids came out, and as you guys know with the Air Raid sneakers, they do have that nice strap, and I think those came out first if I'm not mistaken. So just saying that Tinker co-designed the Air Raids and Tinker designed this, obviously. So I think Nike was just trying to get the designers to actually put out something with straps and to make the shoe look more durable. But anyway, some more important things to note about the history of the shoe is the fact that Jordan did win his 3rd ring with the sneaker and then retired for 3 years. So technically, if Jordan never came back, this was actually going to be the last Air Jordan Retro model that ever came out. But fortunately, since Nike kept putting the sneakers out and Jordan eventually came back, that's why we were able to get the 9, 10s, the 11s, 12, 13, and 14, which at least for me signified the end of like the OG or major Jordan lines, because after Jordan retired, they did their own thing. Of course, that's not a shot or anything, because I do love the 17s as well as the 23s. But again, instead of having like a 1 through 14 that were all hits, that's when they started getting choppy after the 14s, in my opinion. So this again is a very significant shoe, maybe not the most iconic of the 90s Air Jordan line, but this to me represents the 90s as a whole, from the retro straps, from the retro colors, the multicolored facets on it, which we'll get into in a second, and the details of the shoe. I love this shoe, man. I really do, man. And if I wasn't waiting for the Aqua 8s, I definitely would have kept these for a personal, but I am for sure waiting for the Aqua 8 so I could pull off some fire fits with them. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much gonna conclude all the history of the shoe. So now when focusing on to the details of it, when we look at this toe box area right here, we are greeted with this kind of lightly tumbled, durable feeling leather. Then when we look at the side paneling, or what would be somewhat of the mud guard of the toe box, you can see that it is in this nubuck material, which again leads to more durability and is what a lot of basketball shoes used to use back in the day for that durable feel. Then following up on that, that's where we're greeted with the two straps. And on the left side strap of this left shoe, we are greeted with that white and red stitched 23. And then right under that, we have the other layer of this strap, which is really nice. Then when we open the straps right here, we are actually greeted with a leather liner on the inside of that nubuck strap. And then we have, to me, which is very similar to the Air Jordan 7, this eyelet area right here. So just like the Jordan 7, we do have that mesh paneling right there, which I think feels good on the feet. Definitely when you put your foot in the sock liner, you feel that comfort. And then we have regular black laces. This does not come with any extra laces, so I'm gonna get that out the way right now. Then when we move up, we still have more of that mesh. Then when we move right onto the top of this tongue, you can see that we have that Chanel Jumpman logo. So the red part is in that stitched material, but then you have that furry detail right there, which I think looks really nice. Once we open the inside of this sock liner now, to me, this definitely reminds me of the Air Jordan 7 Miro, which is kind of like that Olympic Barcelona colorway of the shoe with all those crazy details. But we have all these zigzag logos, which I think looks amazing on the shoe. Then, as I mentioned earlier, which is a return to form for the Air Jordan 8 playoffs, is the fact that we do finally get that red pull tab that was on the OGs. So for the other two releases in 2007 and 2013, I believe, they actually only had the black strap or the black pull tab. So that's just something else to note right there. But then we're moving on to the lateral side of the shoe. You can see again that we are greeted with those straps. And we do have those different patterns, which some parts are in that nubuck and some parts are in that tumble leather with perforated holes. And honestly, when I think about it again, it's not the same thing as the Air Jordan 6, but when you look at the 6, 7, and 8, they all have these panels or different striations that actually make a pattern. But specifically for the Air Jordan 6, it did make a 2-3, but I don't see that 2-3 on here. But again, you can see how this sneaker evolved from the 6 through the 8, which is pretty nice. Then when we look at this detail right here, which was actually pretty shocking back then, we do have this nice graphic detail in this TPU material. So we have stripes of white, red, and black, which makes the shoe pop. And I just love how this looks on the Aqua 8s, and that's why I'm fiending for it to drop already. So then now when focusing onto the top of this area, you can see that we have this strap right here, and this is used to pretty much lock down one of these nubuck straps on the eyelet area of the shoe, which is pretty nice. Then when we focus onto the medial side, the same thing pretty much follows suit, so there's nothing to report right there. And then when focusing back onto the lateral side real quick, you can see that the midsole, it is not that same mountain sharp pattern of the Air Jordan 7, but you can see that they're basically within the same family. Then when we go into the outsole of the shoe, this is exactly like the Air Jordan 7, other than this TPU detail right here. You guys can't tell me it isn't. So we do have that Concord representing again, the yellow Jumpman, and the black and red details all over the shoe, as well as this graphic TPU detail right there. And pretty much, guys, that's gonna conclude all of the details as well as the history of the shoe. So now, let's get right into this on full look, all right? So that's gonna conclude the review as well as the on full look, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it for y'all. The Jordan 8 Playoffs is a super classic shoe, so please let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. And other than that, guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Y'all already know the rest, so I'll catch y'all in the next video, all right? Peace.